If you're looking at homes in Jacksonville right now and using the tax bill and the listing to budget your monthly payment, I need you to stop. That number is almost never what you're going to pay, and nobody explains why. Today, I am breaking down property taxes for first-time homebuyers in Jacksonville, specifically why the seller's tax bill looks so low and what your actual number is going to be. I'm Stephanie Thompson, a real estate advisor here in Northeast Florida, and I walk first-time homebuyers through this every single week. By the end of this video, you'll know how to find your real tax number before you make an offer, and there is one deadline after closing I'm going to give you that you cannot miss. Let's get into it. So here is what's actually going on. Florida has a law that protects homeowners who have lived in their home for a very long time. It's called the Save Our Home Act and the homestead exemption. It basically says that the government can only raise their property taxes by a small amount each year, no matter how much that home goes up in value, which sounds great, and it is, for them. The problem is this protection is attached to the homeowner, not the house. The moment that home sells, it goes away. So when you buy a home from someone who has lived there for 8, 10, 25 years, their tax bill might be based on a value that is way below what you paid. And you are not getting that deal. You're starting fresh at whatever you actually paid for the home. And here's a real example of what this can look like. A seller bought their home years ago and has been paying $2,500 a year in property taxes. That is the number in the listing. You buy the home for $350,000 and your first tax bill comes in closer to $5,000 or $5,500 a year. Not because something went wrong, just because that is how Florida property taxes work for new buyers. That gap is real, and if you're not planning for it, it's going to throw off your budget. Now this next part is where you can actually get ahead of this. The Duval County Property Appraiser has a free website where you can look up any address before you make an offer. It will show you what the current owner is paying and what that home is actually assessed at by the county. And when you buy, your taxes will be based on what you paid. And from there, you subtract a standard exemption that most primary residence buyers qualify for. I walk my buyers through this calculation before they even write an offer, so there are no surprises at closing. And this is the one that nobody talks about. The exemption that I just mentioned, it does not happen automatically. You have to apply for it after you close, and the deadline is March 1st. Miss that date and you lose that exemption for the entire year. I have seen buyers pay hundreds of dollars more than they needed to because they did not know they had to file. The good news, it takes about 10 minutes online, Duval County Property Appraiser's website, so put it in your calendar the day you close and get your keys. So here's the short version. The tax bill on your listing is the seller's number, not yours. Your taxes reset when you buy and they will likely be higher. You can look at your real number before you make an offer, and once you close, file for homestead before March 1st. If this was helpful, I have a whole video on what it actually costs to buy a home in Jacksonville, from start to finish. Every fee, every line item, so nothing catches you off guard. I'll link it here. So go watch that one next. And I'm Stephanie Thompson in Northeast Florida, and I'll see you over there.